Okay guys, so as you can see I'm just back at Mudwater Hollow very quickly, and I'm just doing this so I can show you guys where that life preserver was that I missed. So you just simply need to head in this general direction here, and then you will find that Sith life preserver, the last life preserver from the game, and that is the very one I missed. So I just wanted to show you guys that one quickly, but now let's get back to the regular video. Hey there guys, this is Ignite for Fire, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my Skylanders Swap Force Let's Play for Nintendo Wii. This is episode number 4, so naturally in this episode we're going to complete chapter 4, known as Rampart Ruins, to 100%. But first we need to talk to the chiefs to summon an old friend of ours. So let's go on ahead and do that first and foremost. And here she is located, so let's help her out with whatever she needs our help for. When they said old friend, they meant it in like 2 different ways, because one, Eon is actually very old. He's like I think it's 160 or something like that, the official number. And of course Eon is an old friend to us because we've known him for a long time in this franchise. So you know, it's a double meaning of old friend right there, which I find pretty cool. Master Rayondo we actually see the most in Skylanders Giants, I believe it is, because he's actually in 4 cutscenes instead of the opening and ending of the games like he is normally.
You and your Skylanders have done very well so far, and now it is time for you to take the next step in your journey as a Portal Master. Just as your Skylanders can level up, you too can become more powerful. Your Portal Master rank will increase as you earn stars. You can earn stars by completing missions and challenges over the course of your many adventures. Let us see how many stars you have earned thus far.
Quite a few indeed. Yeah, it's crazy how many like rank ups you get in one moment right here. Because it's so easy to rank up in this game. Like seriously, I think we're going to rank up to level rank 6 already. I mean, like, look at this, rank up, rank up, rank up, rank up. But I'm not moaning, mind you, it's pretty awesome. And I love the depth they added to this game. And then these are also the post-game content, so the bonus stuff you can endorse yourself with. But like I said, I'm not going to bother with that, not for this Let's Play anyway.
Let's see what new missions and challenges await you and your Skylanders.
Skylander, I have wonderful news. Tessa and Snagglescale think they might know where those terrible evilizer devices are coming from. You should go see them at once.
Well then, how about we go get doing that then?
Not allow Chaos's creation of the evilizer.
Absolutely not.
Go see Tessa when you are ready to go on your next mission.
Okay, one thing I'm confused about is that if Skylanders are Chaos' greatest enemy, then why doesn't he just use the Petrified Darkness on them? I mean, like, it can't be that difficult. His Greebles managed to sneak up on easier to sneak up on objects, unless of course it was Stealth Wolf, then you wouldn't be able to sneak up on that one, but any other Skylander? Yeah, that confuses me.
Evil crystals might come from the Rampant Ruins.
Yep, it's true. The Rampant Ruins is an old robot graveyard. They say the robots buried there was once powered by petrified darkness, and that those evil crystals are still buried there to this day.
That's gotta be the place. Lynn and I are ready to head out whenever you are, Skylander.
Of course we're ready to head out, but either way, it's funny how Snagglescale talks. Like, first of all, it's bicycle, like, who says bicycle like that? And then it's evil crystals. That's not how you say evil crystals, dude.
The Skylanders can figure out some way of stopping whoever's behind us.
Piece of cake. The Skylanders and I have been through stickier situations than this.
Oh, I'm sure you find evil machines every day where you come from, Flynn. But I'm not like you.
Ah, too true. But let me let you in on a riddle. You want to know why I never act surprised? Because I've seen it all.
Oh, loading screen, I can talk now, my bad guys, I forgot I could talk again. Too, like, daydreaming at the moment. Been daydreaming a lot, I've got to admit, but I like daydreaming because it takes me out of a boring reality I am in right now and takes me to a more exciting place. But put it like this, my daydreaming did give you guys a little moment of silence there, but trust me, you guys aren't going to get that ever again. Like I said, I like talking a lot, and I'm pretty sure I've said that several times in the Let's Play before. But either way, right here we have a chompy rustbuds, and you know what these chompy rustbuds are going to do? They're going to die, that's what they're going to do. I mean, like, they're only chompies, they're literally no threat whatsoever. And right here we have our first grave monkey totem, so that's pretty cool. One of the better collectibles, I think, especially in terms of aesthetics and where they're actually hidden, because there's some really hidden ones in this level. But either way, as you can see, we have a dual element gate coming up, so we are of course going to have to deal with that in a second here. But first of all, we've got these barrel bots to take out. So let's focus our priorities on them, first and foremost. Oh, okay, there's them all taken out. They took no time whatsoever. So now we can shift our priority to, of course, this dual gate right here. And so the combination we're going to stick with is Blast Loop. Yeah, I love the swapping mechanic in this game so much. It's so, like, original and well executed. So let's get opening up this gate right here and be exploring what comes inside. Well, it sure is a good thing I'm being a fire element then, innit? But either way, despite the fact that we are a fire element, these fire guys will still hurt us, so let's try and not let them hurt us, shall we? Come back, platform, I need you. So rude. Moving off when I come to him like that. That's like you sit next to, well, going to sit next to someone and then them like completely moving away from you. That's how rude it is. Ow! I just got hit by the geyser. Oh man, barely made it jump right there. Wah! Woo! That was close. But luckily I'm just that good at platforming that I managed to make my way through it just fine. Now we got to watch out for this barrel bot right here. This giant barrel bot, I should even say. But either way, by defeating him, we gain access to our legendary treasure, which is a stone monkey's paw or something like that. Yes, I was indeed correct by my assumption. It is, in fact, the monkey's paw. So now with all that said and done, let's head back to the main area over here by using this weird teleporter thingy. Yeah, I've got to admit, that teleporter thingy is very weird. I'd rather use R1, which is right here. Boom, that's a way better teleporter. Way cooler one as well, I should also say. Okay, so let's get burning boxes right now. And life element, I know exactly who we're going to go for this one. We're going to go for Series 2 Stump Smash, whose WoW power is flipping awesome. I love this guy's WoW power. Definitely one of the better WoW powers from the franchise, I will have to admit. But either way, let's get dropping the hammer on these enemies. Okay, how dare you. You are seriously going to suffer for that, Mr. Greeble. One thing I want to know is, why don't we just take out those Greebles first? I mean, like, we just sit by, allowing that cutscene to take place, and we don't even take out the Greeble who's ready to evilize these guys anyway. Like, we can stop them from evilizing them in the first place if we was just, like, not as lazy as we were. Stupid Skylanders, you're too slow. And yes, that was a reference to Sonic, even if it sounded awfully terrible, like everything else I say does. Whoa, we can't let that continue, so let's free these creatures from their evilized captivity. Boom. Yeah, Stump Smash is awesome like that. Whoa boy, that was close, actually. But either way, as you can see, by spitting multiple acorns, that's actually my WoW power right there, and so if you combine that with the acorn path, it makes a really great combo. And then, of course, you've also got his hammer combos, which are very, very powerful. Like, they deal so much damage. And not to mention, out of all of the core Skylanders, he's the core Skylander with the most health, I think. Followed only by Frino, I think, has the second highest amount of health for a core Skylander. Of course, I could be wrong about that, but that would be a very fair assumption, because I believe both of these, when they're at level 20, have over 1,000 health each. But either way, we need a climbing Skylander right here, so we're going to double up on the water element and go with Freeze Buckler. With his awesome Life Preserver hat, which just reminds me of the Life Preserver that I missed in the last episode because I was an idiot, like that. But either way, let's just scale up this water. I really don't care about how many times we're hit, as long as we're not hit to the extent where we get, like, lose our health. But as long as that don't matter, as long as that don't happen, like I said, I don't care how much health we lose, so I'm, like, just here to rush through this pretty much. But I still want to complete it to the best of my ability, of course, you know, I still want to minimise damage, and I still want to, get all the gem thingies, whatever they're called. Probably just winged gems in all fairness, come to think of it. You know, in Skylanders, whatever it looks like it's called, so let's just call them winged gems, shall we? Because let's be honest here, Skylanders ain't the greatest at naming, but trust me, it's better at naming stuff than what I am. I mean, like, if you've seen my Igniting the Imagination series, you would know how bad I am at naming stuff. But either way, we've completed the swap zone, so that's very nice indeed. I love the way how it says you win at the end, it makes you feel proud of your accomplishment. And you really should, because some of these swap zones can get really hard, especially later on in the game. And we collected all 3 gems, that's another accomplishment, so yeah, good start for this here episode. But either way, with all that's said and done, we're going to swap back to Stump Smash in a second right here, because like I said before, he's flipping awesome. But either way, that's the Fishy Fishing. I can't remember that bonus map off the top of my head from just the name alone, but when you was to give me that bonus mission to play, I would be able to, I would most certainly be able to recognise it with ease. Either way, let's get jumping over here, shall we? Okay, so what we've got to do to solve this puzzle is basically just push these blocks to make a little bridge area over here, so then we can jump up and over the spikes. And of course, you know, beware of the spikes, you do not want to get damaged by them, because that would be no fun. And then that's like all timing and stuff, but luckily I'm good with my timing, so that was not much of a challenge for me. Because luckily, this game literally tests every, like, one of my strengths for gaming, or at least when it comes to gaming, which is of course beat-em-ups and platforming. Because my weakness when it comes to gaming is first-person shooters, and there is first-person shooters elements in this game, but they're so easy that I don't even need to worry about them. But normally I like really suck at first-person shooters, trust me at that. Even though I am pretty good at headshots if you give me a sniper rifle. But that's on AI, I'm terrible on headshots, unlike human players, because they actually know how to move more than the AI characters. So, you know, definitely good at headshots against AI, but definitely not so much against human dudes. That was a funny way of putting it, human dudes, but whatever. It reminds me of that one part from Transformers Last Night when Sir Anthony Hopkins' character is like, well, you want to know why they keep coming, don't you, dude? Yeah, it just reminds me of that part right there. And come to think of it, Transformers for Last Night, literally all of the best parts were in the trailers. Like, it got to a point where, for Optimus versus Bumblebee fight, you could, there was pretty much, like, one move that we didn't see in the trailers, which was a huge disappointment, because, like, I was looking so forward to that fight, and then when I saw it, I was like, I've already seen most of this on trailers. So yes, that was disappointing, nevertheless. But as a Transformers Last Night, I do think it's the best of the Transformers sequels. I don't think it deserves as much hate as people get it. I mean, like, lots of critics. At the moment, it's got the Lotus Rotten Tomatoes score, which it definitely doesn't deserve. It's way better than Age of Extinction and Revenge of the Fallen. I'll definitely give it that. And lots of critics are absolutely like demolishing the movie when it's not that bad, guys. Come on, just because it's Michael Bay doesn't mean you need to go into it ready to hate it. I mean, I know he's not a good director. He's far from a good director. He's actually an awful director, but it doesn't mean that all of his movies are automatically rubbish. But either way, let's go opening up that treasure chest right here using V4 Corruptor, who's actually exclusive to the 3DS set. But I'm glad he still works in the game, because, you know, it would be kind of silly if he didn't. So yeah, Transformers Last Night, not a death, but even though it is my favourite Transformers sequel, it's far from a good movie. It's not that great. It's just alright, really. I mean, it does have exciting moments, but really, like I said, the Optimus vs. Bumblebee fight, which was the most hyped part of the movie for me, was kind of spoiled by all of the trailers. So I find that kind of pathetic, really. But either way, we are going to make a brand new Swap Force combination in the form of Doom Charge right here. And if you guys wondering why I moved the camera very briefly there, it's because like you couldn't see the whole Skylander in the shot, so I just wanted to make the camera angle a little better for you there, guys. So yeah. But either way, let's be taken to this speed zone right here. This speed zone is one I always seem to pass over for some reason, but that's because it's like the only swap zone in the game that's actually hidden, that you need to like go off the normal path to find. So it's like literally the only swap zone I end up missing, because all the other swap zones are literally like visible from miles away, but this one, not so much. With that being said, this is a fairly easy swap zone. Like I said, it didn't really start to get challenging until later on in the game. The only challenging part about this here level is that there is fog blocking your path, but that's really about it. But really, when I have my screen, like, my sight taken away from me in this game, so it doesn't even affect me because I've memorized them so much to a point where I can, like, literally complete these games with my eyes closed, so it don't even matter when my screen is covered by things like smoke or fog and stuff. Ow, that hurt. That was because I tried to take the turn too soon, so I ran into the edge of that there. But it doesn't really matter, because the only thing that does matter is that I completed the challenge successfully. And here, as you could see, Doomstone there was daydreaming as well. Takes after me, I believe. But either way, we only got one of the gems, but I don't really mind about that, especially considering that Doom here is already fully maxed out on his gold, so we can't even, like, accept any more anyway, so it don't really affect me that I didn't manage to get all the gems anyway. But either way, time for some more timing situations, and then the most exciting part of the level, which is, of course, the loading screen. Yep, this is most obviously the best part of the game right here. Totally, like, so exciting. Not really. Hashtag not really. And hashtag, that's probably an actual hashtag because everything is a hashtag these days. And I'm pretty sure I've already made that joke, but hashtag, I don't care. But either way, we're going to remain with this Swap Force combination because we do have an Earth Gate coming up, and of course Doom is half, Doom Charge even, is half of the Earth element, so we will be able to gain access to this here Elemental Gate, actually. Even though Skylanders with a Fire element are strong in the zone, so that's different to what the game is normally. Like in the Xbox 360 and stuff, the element is dedicated to Earth, both inside and outside of the elemental area. So yeah, going from the Xbox 360 version, which I played recently, to this one is definitely really confusing. But I don't have a capture card, so I can't play it on Xbox 360, or at least I can't play on Xbox 360 and get you guys this good of a quality. Even though not even this quality is great, but trust me, it'd be even worse if I was trying it on the Xbox 360. Woo, that was close. Talk about close calls, and even better, close calls on camera. I actually quite like that show as well. Put it like this, it's a show worth referencing, unlike other shows I've seen, because trust me, I've had my fair share of good shows I've seen, and bad shows I've seen. Like, for example, my cousins love Teen Titans Go. So, if they watched it one day when I went round, and I was forced to sit through it until the end, and let me tell you, it was the worst experience I've ever had to endure. That show is complete junk. It panders to such a young demographic, and I feel that my cousins are being taken advantage of from that show. Like, they're pandering that show towards them to make money from them. They don't care if they're enjoying it or not. And that's why I feel really sorry for my cousins, because they're at the age where they're easily, like, susceptible to marketing and stupid stuff, which is bad, but they still want to see it anyway. Like, for whatever reason, I went to go and see the Emoji Movie because they thought the trailer looked good. Oh, and I was forced to sit through the Emoji Movie as well, and trust me, it's a god-awful movie. Do not see it at all costs. Like, honestly, you should be avoiding this movie like the plague. I think it's worse than the plague. That's how terrible it is. And my cousins, they're 8 and 10, and they were so hyped for this movie, and then coming out of it, they was like, oh, that was a bit boring. So, like, when you like, market a movie towards a certain demographic, and not even that demographic enjoys a movie, you know your movie is rubbish. And that's basically the Emoji Movie. Because someone was asking me, what's the definition of a bad movie, and I basically just replied saying, the Emoji Movie. So if you guys want to know how to not make a movie in the future, just watch the Emoji Movie. That's how to not do it. But either way, enough of my rant on Emoji Movie. Let's talk about I don't even know. But really, like, when it comes to movies, I actually know what I'm talking about, because movies is one of my biggest hobbies, especially when it comes to theatrical releases and stuff. Like, I love going to cinema to see movies. And actually, maybe I should talk about my most recent theatrical experience, which was for It. And by It, I mean the horror movie of the same name. And that movie is actually one of the better horror movies I've seen. The characters are all really, really likeable, and the clown is not scary for me, but I can definitely see people who are afraid of clowns being terrified by this guy. And the jump scares. Wow, the jump scares. Like, I about died on one of them. Like, I jumped about 5 foot in the air, and I just got so many, like, chills afterwards. Like, seriously, I actually felt cold, and it was about, like, 15 degrees in the cinema, and I felt freezing. Like, that's how chilling it was. So yeah, it's very, very good movie. Like I said, good characters. It's actually good on the horror elements, which out of all the horror movies I've seen 18s, and they're not even scary. But that's just because I'm too mature to be scared by simple horror movies. I mean, like, they're just movies. That's why I'm never scared by them, because I know, sitting through them, that I know that it's just a movie, and that this is never going to happen to me in real life. I hope. But one thing about horror movies is that if the people in them actually listen to the audience, then they'd still be alive right now. Like, seriously, name any horror movie, and for characters that died in it, if they actually listened to you yelling at the screen, then they would still be alive. I can guarantee you that much. Because people in horror movies are so stupid, it's a dumb cliche. Like, someone needs to make a horror movie at some point where the people in it are actually smart, but of course they get killed anyway from making smart decisions. But either way, we have both a water and a bounce swap zone coming up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with Wash Kraken, because that will be able to focus upon both of those there elements. Or should I say Dark Wash Kraken, to be specific. I remember when it came to me saying specific at one point, I used to say Pacific, as in for Pacific Ocean, and everyone was always like, specific, Aaron, specific. I'm like, oh yeah, my bad. So yeah, I didn't always have the best of speech. Like, I actually got to a point where up until year 2, I actually needed speech therapy because I couldn't pronounce certain words for the life of me. Like, for example, I could not announce 2 words, or I couldn't even pronounce words with Y in it for some reason. In fact, no, it wasn't Y. I could say Y just fine. It was Y I couldn't say. So I couldn't say yes, I couldn't say yeah, I couldn't say yo-yo. Oh, I struggled with yo-yo so much. I seriously couldn't say that until I was 8. And that's actually why I get extra time in my exams. In my exams, I get 25% extra time, which is really going to help me out in the long run, because that basically means that it completely eliminates time pressure for me, because I can finish tests 10 minutes before they're even due to finish normally. So that extra time gives me plenty of extra time to go through and make sure all of my answers are as perfect as they can be. So that's really going to help me out in my exams so much. So thank you, me needing speech therapy. But hey, we've all had, you know, those moments in our lives where we've needed some sort of help stuff, and me, it was speech. Like, we actually had to get, during primary school, we actually had to get a professional in to help me with my speaking. And at year 3, they stopped doing it because I was better with my speaking, but even then I wasn't perfect. There were still certain words I couldn't pronounce, and I couldn't, like, do public speaking for the life of me. But now, of course, I'm much, much better. I can pronounce pretty much any single word you give to me. And I can, I'm very confident with my public speaking. Like, I did a speech, and I got an 8A, which was the highest you could have got on that speech. So yeah, it was a pretty good speech. And if you guys are actually interested in the speeches I can make up, I can make some, for some videos. Like, I'm very good at writing speeches, and I'm very good at executing speeches, like I previously said. So if you guys want to hear some of them, you know, I'd be happy to deliver some for some videos, because the problem is that I don't know what videos you guys like the most, and I'm not going to know that until you guys start telling me. So whatever you guys want out of me, simply just tell me, because I can't improve my channel without knowing how to improve it for my viewers. It's kind of like you won't receive until you ask, pretty much. Because I really do want to improve my channel, but I can't do it unless you guys tell me how to do it, pretty much, because I want to make this channel centralized around for fans, and fans alone. I want to make content for you guys. I don't want to make content for me, I want to make it for you. And the best way for me to make the best content for you guys is for you to tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. And actually, because I think of it, that was a speech in it of itself. So there you go, that's a perfect example of my brand new abilities in speech. But I would not have been able to do that like 10 years ago, trust me on that. But either way, I got a bunch of gems. I got all 3 on that one, so that's awesome to say the very least. And we got a very painful looking hat, so we're going to wear it. Or maybe not, I accidentally pressed the no button even though I meant to press the yes button, but that didn't really matter. And I don't think I've actually shown you Wash's like soul jump ability, so I'm going to show you it very quickly because it's so awesome. And basically he summons a ghost ship. But either way, we need a giant for that chest, so we're actually going to use none other than Mr. Crusher right here. His big hammer blocking the screen right there, that's the best position I could get him in, really. And he does glow in the dark, as you guys can see. And I think out of the giants, this guy has the best glow in the dark feature, because he glows in both his eyes and his crystals. And it's such a strong effect, honestly. It's a very, very good effect. But either way, we're gonna stick with this guy for a bit, purely because I haven't actually played with this dude yet. And also, the element of the area is Earth, so it's the perfect time to stick with the Earth Giant. Oh man, that guy hurt. Okay, let's take him out. There we go, that was nice and easy. Oh, darn, I missed it. There we go, didn't miss it a second time. Yeah, learn from your mistakes, people, and that's very much what I did right there. But either way, we got a head up here for a soul gem, and it's a soul gem belonging to one of my favourite characters of this game, Roller Brawl. Even though, like, Crusher is blocking half the screen for it, but really, who cares? Actually, you guys probably do, but, you know, it's whatever. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that this is still the best way for me to make these videos here, with the screen at the left and the skyline on the right. Because I think it actually makes a pretty cool effect. It's the best I can do without a capture card. But when I get a capture card, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have both the gameplay, and it'll of course be much better quality with, of course, that capture card. And then I'll have the Portal of Power cam, that's what I'm going to call it. Where basically it's just going to be a camera focused on the Portal of Power, so that then you guys can still see me swapping out Skylanders. Because I think, considering that swapping out Skylanders is a big part of the game, you guys really want to watch it. I would. Like, I would definitely want to see it, in all fairness. But either way, let's get into Crusher's combos right here, because he does have some really cool combos, such as that one. And the last attack I want to show you guys before I swap out is this breaking up attack. It's actually a pretty awesome attack. And his soul gem ability from Giants is the fact that he can actually control that breaking up. Because at first he just breaks up and you cannot like move around after he's broken up, but after you get a soul gem and purchase it, you can actually move around after you've broken up. So his soul gem really improves that attack.
It is often seen stomping on pesky robots that are attempting to rise from the grave. And sometimes it can even be seen eating large bananas.
Yeah, I love the monkey jokes they had in there. So funny. But either way, we're going to take Crusher off right now, and we're going to put on the character we just got a Soul Gem for, which was none other than Roller Brawl. So there she is, definitely one of my favourites, as I said previously. She is very, very cool. It took me a while to get this character because I didn't think she looked that good. And I'm never, like, bothered about getting characters that don't look that good to me. But man, how mistaken I was. After I got her, I started playing with her, and I was like, oh wow, she is so good. I can't believe I judged a book by its cover. What am I doing? So since then, I got her and Chill at the exact same time, and both of them I thought didn't look that decent. But then, of course, when I got round to them, they were both really, really good. And since then, I've never judged Skylander by its cover. Like, when Barbella was announced, I was kind of like, yeah, she looks pretty cool. I'm not going to say she's bad just yet, but I'm not too excited for her. And then I got her, and man, she's one of my favourite senseis. Barbella is really, really good. So that just goes to show how surprising some Skylanders can be for me. And of course, I have had my fair share of disappointing Skylanders as well, but those two are both videos for a different day. Or I should say another day, really. But I do have my video schedule, like, already planned out for the next 2 months. And those videos are not on it, so those videos are not going to come out for a while. But put it like this, when it comes to my 1 year anniversary in February, I'm definitely going to do something very, very special for it. Because, man, I've been doing this whole YouTube thing for how long it's been? A long, long time, let's put it like that. Well, I started in February, so 7 months now. That's a really long time to be doing YouTube for. And in that time, I've done 215 videos. So yeah, that's really, really awesome on my behalf, I think, anyway. Either way, let's take out this dude right here. And try not to miss anything. Because there's actually a treasure chest near this area, which I end up missing every time. So hopefully I don't wind up missing it this time. But either way, Roller Brawl is really, really good for combos. She's a brawler, you know, says so in my name. There we go. As you can see, she's absolutely annihilating enemies right now. Yeah. And her headbutt is so powerful as well. Like, I'm not even joking, it's very, very awesome. And then, of course, she can send her blades flying, so that's a sort of projectile attack, but it's really good for taking out chompies. That's what I'd highly recommend it for. Either way, over here, this is a treasure chest I end up missing every time, and it's located right over here. I miss it because it's the end of the level, and I'm so hyped to end it already. But you guys got to make sure you don't miss that one, and I have missed another treasure chest at some point. Oh, damn it me with the treasure chests. Oh, which one did I miss this time? Yeah, the thing with this game is that it's so hard to memorize where all of the collectibles are because there are so many of them. But don't worry, I'll definitely come back in a later episode to find that treasure chest, a bit like how I did with the Life Preserver at the beginning of this episode. But either way, the Stone Monkey has in fact been reactivated, and so that will mean the end of this here level. But man, I can't believe I missed a treasure chest somewhere. But hey, it happens, like I said, it's very easy to forget stuff sometimes. But hopefully I got, like, everything else. So, if I did, then that would still be good. Yep, that's good. I got everything else at the very least. That treasure chest was probably in plain sight. I just somehow missed it still, though. Because, like, I got all areas discovered, which means that I didn't need to discover a whole new area for it. But like I said, don't worry. I'll go back and, find it in a different episode. It's not going to be the next episode because the next episode is going to be for boss fight, which I'm going to record directly after this. But I definitely will go back and show you it on camera, I can assure you guys. But either way, as for now, that's pretty much the end of this here video. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.